want these policies to change? You got to elect new people if you want these policies to change. But unfortunately, there are so few people worth electing around here. I'm just appalled by how bad the candidates actually are this election cycle. I don't know if you know about the fun that happened with the Great Debate, Seattle's Great Debate. This was something that was founded years ago. But basically, it's a whole day of debating amongst candidates. Our friend Andrea Suarez was one of the moderators this year. It's nonpartisan. They invite everybody. But lefty candidate in Seattle, after lefty candidate in Seattle, after lefty candidate in Seattle, pulled out of the debate. Katie Wilson was announced that she wasn't coming to the debate, and instead, Bruce Harrell got an hour with the moderators. Now, if I'm Katie Wilson, you know what I'm probably thinking to myself? How many people are watching the Great Debate after, Mike, you said this right before I went offline for the holidays, another debate with these guys? How many have there been?
Another one.
Right. Nobody's really even watching these things anymore unless somebody like me happens to get a clip of them posted online and it goes viral for, I don't know, the mayor of Seattle saying that he wants to get to know public offenders as opposed to arresting them. So they're probably thinking to themselves, you know what? If we just let Harold talk, he'll hang himself. He'll basically say something so dumb, it'll go viral again. Katie Wilson has nothing to gain by showing up to the debate. But here's something else. She wasn't the only one. Alexis Mercedes Rink didn't show up, and Erica Evans didn't show up. Erica Evans is running for Seattle City Attorney against Ann Davidson. Now, I haven't been thrilled with Ann recently. For example, she's now going after the Trump administration on behalf of Seattle for trying to protect illegal aliens. It's crazy stuff. Now, mind you, you may say the city attorney has to do what Seattle wants to do, what the mayor wants to do. Not technically true, but okay, you want to do that interpretation? Send out a deputy. Don't be the face of it. Send out a deputy, but you're hoping that's going to score points with the left. Instead, you're supposed to be the public safety candidate, and it looks like you're supporting illegal aliens. It makes no sense. But here you go. Now Erica Evans is in trouble. Erica Evans was absolutely clobbering Ann Davidson in the primary. And now this report that I'm doing with Jonathan Cho, Seattle City Attorney candidate Erica Evans, is being called a liar after bailing on one of the most anticipated political debates of the year. We obtained emails showing that Evans was clearly telling organizers she could not participate in the Great Debate over the weekend because of a wedding. However, instead of posting pictures of the wedding, of a selfie of, look how nice I look, I'm going to a wedding, she posted pictures with Pramila Jayapal and Nick Brown at a campaign fundraiser at the same time. They sent an email to Julius Caesar Robinson, who's one of the debate organizers. Hi, Julius. Erica is scheduled to attend a wedding on this date. Would it be possible to move the Seattle City Attorney's debate start time to 11 a.m.? That way, Erica could attend the debate and make it just in time to the wedding. Instead of being at a wedding, she was seen at her own campaign kickoff event. And the Great Debate organizer said Evans never told them anything about it. Is this a little insider baseball? Perhaps. But this is the person you want as Seattle City Attorney who can't keep their commitments straight, or worse yet, is lying about their commitments? I reached out to Evans' campaign. Jonathan Cho reached out to Evans' campaign. Radio silence, not one word. Hey, if 90% of the job is showing up, at least Ann Davidson actually showed up. If Evans can't even manage a campaign calendar, how can she be expected to handle one of the most demanding schedules of Seattle City Attorney, or worse, did she mislead organizers and avoid a tough debate on her far-left policies? Voters want to know. Most people don't even know who Erica Evans is. She's trying to keep it low-key and keep all the spotlight on the mayoral race because she hopes that the lefties will just vote her in here in Seattle for Seattle City Attorney. What, you think she's going to prosecute crime? Of course she's not. So, one endorsement we're going to do, I wish I had more gusto with this endorsement, is Ann Davidson. I wish I had more gusto for it. She's been, I'd say, chetzi, as we say in my world, half and half, where we like some of the stuff and then we really don't like some of the other stuff, but the alternative is far, far worse. Now, you may say, Ari, why aren't you endorsing Bruce Harrell? Because I don't see a difference. I legit don't see a difference between him and Katie Wilson. And so many of you are going, Ari, you're crazy. She's a devout socialist. She's backed by CARE. Come on. How can you not see a difference? As I've said many, many times at this point, he is trying to be her. For 2 years, he let the Hamasniks have the run of the city. He let them have the run of the University of Washington campus, didn't say a word about it, even though he can't shut up about his alma mater, University of Washington. This is a guy who didn't do anything to protect the Jewish community during the Macklemore concert, where you had a whole bunch of Hamas supporters raising money for them in the Jewish neighborhood on the Sabbath. This is a guy who wants to let prolific offenders get to know him better. This is a guy who doesn't want to enforce crime. This is a guy who's just comfortable moving homeless encampment to homeless encampment to homeless encampment to homeless encampment to homeless encampment, rather than actually cleaning anything up. We're back to what? Seattle in 2018, 2019, when he was on the Seattle City Council? Since he's been elected to the Seattle City Council and mayor, Seattle has seen a 56% increase in homelessness. And he refuses to do an audit of Homeless Inc. The one time he thought about taking money away from the Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion Program, the LEAD program, they shut him down right away. He never brought it up ever again. So I wonder if that was just a, well, I'm going to try, and then they say no. Bruce Harrell likes the idea of being mayor. He doesn't like actually doing the job of mayor. You say, oh, he's so much better than Katie Wilson? Prove it. Phone lines are open. Give me a call or a text at 206-421-5757. That's 206-421-5757. And tell me why he's better, because I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I just don't. Other people were endorsing for real, though. Jared Neuenhuis for Bellevue City Council. Jared Neuenhuis is the real deal. He's about public safety. He's pro-business. He's against anti-Semitism. He speaks out on it anytime he gets. He's a genuinely nice guy. Just a great all-around guy. 100% if you live in Bellevue, you should be voting for Jared Neuenhuis. And I'll tell you something else. He's very, very accessible. If you have an issue, he will come out and address that issue, which is so rare these days. Jared Neuenhuis for Bellevue City Council. Here's another one for you, Seattle City Council. I'm concerned about her chances, but every time I talk to Rachel Savage, I like her more and more and more. I'm concerned about if she's going to get clobbered or not, but that doesn't mean don't vote for her. I think if anything, that means get out the vote for her. Rachel Savage is somebody who, she didn't leave the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party left her, and as a business owner in Capitol Hill, imagine the hell she's had to endure. From COVID to autonomous zones to all the riots, you name it. And she says enough is enough. She speaks our language. Alexis Mercedes Rink is literally one of the people who just raised taxes on Seattleites again, claiming it's for public safety. And yet, I don't see any more public safety. In fact, I see quite the opposite. I just see things are less affordable. And they say it's about public safety. It's not. It's not. Other people were supporting. Chad Magendas for the State House, 5th Legislative District. He's great. You got to vote for him. And there's a possibility that it may actually move the needle in the House. Michelle Caldeer, State Senate, 26th Legislative District. You got to vote for her. Kevin Schilling, 33rd Legislative District. We love Kevin Schilling, and he's a Democrat. I never want to hear again, oh, are you just like Republicans? You just hate people because they're Democrats. I'm literally endorsing a Democrat and telling you we love Kevin Schilling on this show. He always comes on when we ask him, always wants to have the conversation, and he's all about public safety. All about public safety. Are there things we disagree on? Of course. But what's better in this case? And he's not a Democrat I have to hold my nose at going, he's the lesser of two evils. No, he's a good guy. He's a decent guy, and he believes in public safety. He went head-to-head with King County. He went head-to-head with Dow Constantine. He took his case all the way to the courts to make sure Burien would be safe. Kevin Schilling, Washington State House, 33rd Legislative District. And then Peter Kwan. Peter Kwan for SeaTac City Council. I love Peter Kwan. Such a nice guy to have on the show, but also the pizza nights. The fact that it was so funny to me, I was reading the voter's guide, Mike. I didn't tell you about this. So I did tell Mike this. I saw the voter's guide at my in-laws' house, and I was so mad I lit it on fire. I was so mad about this thing. It's awful. But I love how other candidates are referencing Peter Kwan's pizza nights. Other candidates wrote in the booklet, I want to do what Peter Kwan does and have the pizza nights after city council. What a nice thing to do. Accessible. Wow. A representative always showing up for his district. Crazy stuff. I know Mike fully supports Peter Kwan.
Yeah, he's my dude.
He's your dude. Okay. Here's another one for you. Mitch Green, Federal Way Municipal Court Position 2. We don't pay enough attention to judges. We don't pay enough attention to judges. And we said last election cycle that we were going to take a more active interest in judges. Mitch Green, federal way, municipal court, position 2. That's the guy you got to go for. I know him personally. Good guy. I've had beers. I've had scotches with him. Good guy. That's a guy who's our kind of guy. And you got to vote for a guy like that. Aside from that, Mike, anybody else I'm missing? Look, you know what? I make mistakes, right? I do. But is there anybody I'm missing off that list?
You plead guilty.
2 flashes mean no.
Exactly. Now, if you think I missed somebody, or want me to consider somebody, I don't see every race. I see what's in my voters pamphlet, and I know the people I know. If you think I missed somebody, you email me, ari@kvi.com. That's ari@kvi.com, and say, Ari, have you considered this candidate? And put candidate in the subject line so I look at it right away, okay? And I will read them on air and say yes, no, the other thing. You can always text the show, 206-421-5757. That's 206-421-5757. And we are more than happy to talk about other candidates. I'm one guy. There's a lot of races. There's a lot to look at.
Well, and a lot of districts that we're not in.
Right.
Also, a lot of races we don't see. In addition to that challenge, Ari, I'd like to put out a Big Mike's mail call challenge as well, because now that it's election season again, I'm getting all of the mail again, all of the anti-Kevin Schilling mailers. I'm getting anti-Peter Kwan mailers.
Who doesn't like Peter Kwan?
I know.
He gives you free pizza.
Exactly. So if you find a ad that's particularly provocative in the way that's phrased, it's like, MAGA Republicans love Kevin Schilling. If you find something like that, snap a picture of it or take a scan or something and email it to us. You can email me. I'm Mike at Mike at KVI.com, MIKE at KVI.com, and you can find me on all the social medias that you find Ari on as well, because I know the ones that I'm getting. I'm sure you're getting some humdingers as well.
So you know what's so funny, Mike? I've been so busy with the Jewish holidays, my mail is just piling and piling and piling. I'm in that situation, so I got to go through all of them this weekend, and I'd say either tomorrow or Monday. We bring these suckers in. We bring the shredder in, and I don't mean the guy from Ninja Turtles. And we just start going after these. Hey, speaking of pizza, Ninja Turtles. Okay, there we go. See what I did there? Okay. And we just start going through these. Oh, here's a good one. Okay, this one came through on the text line. Neat Grewal. Grewal.
Sure.
We love Neat Grewal. I got to remember to add her to the list. But see, that's another one that's not on my ballot. So, guys, that's why these things are so important. Neat Greenwall, great call, 425. Excellent one. I forgot that one. I will definitely add her to the list. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little bit of time this weekend writing up the full list, because I know ballots are going to be dropping soon if we just got those voters' guides. And we'll put it up on KVI.com. You get it all right there. We'll make sure to put it up at KVI.com, and then we'll go through it line by line.